What's going on, everybody? Steve V here with another video. I hope everybody's doing well out there. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about two current cabinets that are on the market right now that are causing me a bit of FOMO, and how if I were to purchase these two cabinets, it would cause me to break a huge rule that I have in this man cave arcade. But I have to be honest with you guys. I've actually broke this rule about a month ago with another title. So we're already on some shaky ground in the Man Cave Arcade. So I'm going to tell you guys what these cabinets are and what this rule is right after this. So welcome back to Steve V's Man Cave Arcade. As always, appreciate you guys clicking the video and giving this a watch. Anytime you guys watch any of my content, it is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much. Now let's talk about the topic at hand here. And that is two cabinets that are providing me some FOMO that I got some interest in. But if I were to purchase, it would cause me to break a rule that I was really taking a stand on until recently because I broke it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later on, but let's talk about these two cabinets first. And that is the Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe cabinet and the Street Fighter 2 Deluxe cabinet. Now both these cabinets look phenomenal. They both look very authentic to the original cabinets. They both have 14 games. They both have Wi-Fi that provides the ability to fight each other, but also the ability for leaderboards with some of the other titles on the cabinet. It's got that seamless look, no riser, and it's a deluxe size, which is my preference. I know right now XL is kind of the big craze, but I'm actually a fan of the deluxe style cabinets because I just find them easier to move. They don't take up as much space, but they are a size that, at least for me, I feel comfortable playing on. And anytime people come to my man cave, they seem to be okay with that size as well. So that is why I'm a little more into the deluxe style. Now the thing is, as you can see behind me, I have the Midway Legacy and the Capcom Legacy. So I already own these titles. Now, if I were to buy the deluxe styles, I am breaking a rule. And that is my rule of not upgrading after I've upgraded a title 3 times. Now, the Mortal Kombat 2, I had the original Mortal Kombat cabinet. That was actually my first cabinet I've ever bought. I ended up going to the States to pick it up. I live here in Canada. But I didn't know when it was coming out in Canada, so I went, picked it up at a Walmart in the States. And about 3 months to 6 months later, it came to Canada. So I got a little ahead of the game. And I was just happy to have that cabinet. It was a cabinet that got me very excited. About, give or take, 2 to 4 weeks later, I ended up picking the Street Fighter 2 cabinet at my local Walmart. It had been there for quite a while. I messed around with a demo unit that they had built and knew that I would buy it at some point. But having the Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet, I just could already picture having the Street Fighter beside it. So that's what really made me pull the trigger and purchase that cabinet. So in 2019, that's when I started collecting. Those were 2 of my first cabinets. I also picked up the Gen 1 Pac-Man as well. I love those cabinets, but then they started doing some upgraded versions of those cabinets. The Mortal Kombat 2 came out with a custom riser. At that time, there were some other cabinets coming out with custom risers that I had purchased. So when my Mortal Kombat 2 had that plain black riser, I knew I wanted to get the one with the custom riser, even though it was basically the exact same cabinet. This wasn't the one that had the light up marquee yet. This isn't the one that had the stool with it. It was literally just a custom riser. But I pulled the trigger and I upgraded to that. My Street Fighter 2, I ended up selling that, and I got the cocktail table, or head-to-head table, as Arcade 1UP calls it, that had the 12 Capcom games. So within a year, I had already upgraded both my original cabinets to another 3/4 scale version of Mortal Kombat, and then the cocktail version of Street Fighter. Now, when the Midway Legacy and the Capcom Legacy both came out, that was literally what I kind of saw as like my final versions of the cabinets that I was going to purchase. Both had 12 games. Both had light up marquees, the custom risers, a little bit of a better shape compared to the the shark fin shape that Arcade 1-Up was originally doing, even though obviously those form factors are not perfect by any means, specifically around the marquee area and the control deck area. They kind of screwed up those areas, but it was something a little bit better than, again, the shark fin style. So I ended up selling my Mortal Kombat 2 with the custom riser and the cocktail table, and I got the legacy cabs. And from there, I basically told myself, okay, I gotta stop. I've literally bought the same title 3 times. That's insane. Now, during that time, I had done that with some other cabinets as well. So this is not something that's, specific to those 2 cabinets. This is something that I did with like the Pac-Man, the Miss Pac-Man, some other cabinets. So it was becoming a little bit of a problem in this man cave arcade. So that was a rule that I had to kind of make for myself. Once I bought a title 3 times, I have to stop. So I would say probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years went by where I didn't break that rule. Arcade 1-Up had made updated versions of both those cabinets. With Mortal Kombat, we seen the MK30th anniversary cabinet. I did not purchase that. With Street Fighter, we seen the Big Blue. We seen the Yoga Flame. We seen the Shinku Hadouken. I didn't purchase any of those. So I was doing pretty good for a while. But then there was this other cabinet that I had that I had also upgraded 3 times. And that was my Pac-Man cabinet. Like I said, when I bought my original Mortal Kombat and original Street Fighter, Pac-Man was one of the other cabinets I bought as well. And I really love that cabinet. Pac-Man's my favorite arcade game, so it was a dream come true having a Pac-Man cabinet in my man cave arcade. Well, then they came out with the 40th anniversary Pac-Man, and that had 7 titles on it, and it had a nice wood grain look that really spoke to me, because the first Pac-Man cabinet I ever saw was a cabaret cabinet, and the cabaret cabinet has that wood grain look on the side. So even though it didn't have a cabaret form factor, it had a Namco cabinet form factor, it was still something that really appealed to me, and again, it had more games. So I sold my original Pac-Man. Actually, that's not true. I didn't sell it. I actually gave it to my brother, who still has that cabinet right now. But basically, I opened up a space that allowed me to pick up the 40th anniversary cabinet. And it was one of my favorite cabinets I had ever owned. Having Pac-Man and Galaga. Galaga was a big one to have on a cabinet. Those 2 titles on that cabinet definitely made that cabinet worth it for me. Even though I had that Vaseline filter on the screen, it was still pretty cool owning that cabinet. And then you had some other games kind of sprinkled in, Pac-Man related, that were fun to play too, like Super Pac-Man and Pac-and-Pal and Pac-Mania and so on and so forth. So then the Bandai Namco Legacy cabinet got announced with the other Legacy cabinets. And when I bought those Legacy cabinets, I was a little hesitant to get rid of my 40th anniversary Pac-Man for a while. But then, there was a Bandai Namco Legacy cabinet at my local Best Buy that I had seen, and that kind of took me over the edge as far as finally kind of coming to terms, like, you know what, I'll get rid of my 40th. Let's bring this Pac-Man cabinet that looks a little bit more authentic to original Pac-Man cabinet. It's got the yellow side panels and it's got 12 games. So that's what I did. So 3 Pac-Man cabinets in a matter of 4 or 5 years, something like that. So that was going to be it. I told myself, that's it. It's got, the games that I want. It looks like a Pac-Man cabinet. I don't need any other Pac-Man cabinet. Well, then the Deluxe Pac-Man got announced. And once I saw that, I was like, oh my God, it really looks like an authentic Pac-Man cabinet. It's got the slanted screen. It's got an extra 2 games. It's got Wi-Fi, so it provides leaderboards, and it's a little bit taller. And I just, as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. So after kind of going back and forth, I said, you know what? I know this is breaking my rule, but this is the Pac-Man cabinet that I have to have, and it has to be my final Pac-Man cabinet. So I bought it, and there it is behind me. But once I got that cabinet and broke that rule, that was a bit of an issue because once you break a rule, all of a sudden the rule kind of goes out the window, right? You start looking at some of your other cabinets and you're like, if I've done this once, should I do it again? If I am more in love with these other cabinets that are available right now because they look more authentic and they look more like the cabinet that I originally wanted Arcade One Up to make for me, do I pull the trigger and get those? And that's what I'm kind of going through right now. I don't know what to do. It's hard. It's hard because I definitely think that they're solid cabinets. They look terrific. And the Mortal Kombat 2 is available here in Canada right now. The Street Fighter isn't, though it did end up on the Walmart.ca website for a short time. It could even still be there, but there's a third-party vendor that put it up on that site. But the price is ridiculous. It was $660 for like a day or two, but now it's up to like 800 and something, which just the price right there is kind of keeping me from pulling the trigger on that one. But the Mortal Kombat 2 is $649, which is the price of the deluxe cabinets here in Canada. And I'm sure that Street Fighter will end up here at regular price at some point. But it's tough because, again, once you kind of cave once, sometimes you're like, you know what? I guess that rule doesn't exist anymore. Let me just do these other upgrades. There's also the NBA Jam that will be coming out next year, and I love the way that looks. Am I going to upgrade that? That's the thing. Like, once you open that door, how many times are you going to do it? Am I really going to upgrade these cabinets, all for the fourth, or I guess with NBA Jam would be the third time because I had NBA Jam, sold that, got the countercade, sold that, and then brought the 3/4 scale back. I did not get the XL. I didn't like that Shaq Edition look. And again, I'm not really a big XL guy. I'm more a fan of the deluxe 3/4 scale version. It's just a size that works better for me. But am I gonna upgrade that for the NBA Jam Deluxe? It's a door that how many times are you gonna open? So that's what I'm kind of going through right now, and that's basically why I wanted to make this video. Should I get these deluxe cabinets? Should I sell these legacy cabinets and do this again? Do this same song and dance for the fourth time? I don't really know. The only cabinet that I did come to terms with upgrading in the future is my Golden Tee. I know if they do a deluxe Golden Tee, I will buy that. 100%, no doubt in my mind. But that will only be my second Golden Tee. I did not buy the XL version. So I'm really excited for a deluxe Golden Tee somewhere down the line. I'm sure they will do it because they obviously did a deluxe Big Buck Hunter already, and I just feel like that's kind of in the same vein. But as far as the other cabinets, I kind of put the kibosh on that. But when I got that Pac-Man, it just opened that door again. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm happy with my legacy cabs. I can't say that I'm displeased with them, other than I guess the aesthetic. It would be nice to have something that looks a little more authentic to the original cabinets. So if I were to get the deluxe style, that is literally what I would be paying for, because I'm fine with the games that I have on both those cabinets. And to be honest with you, I actually really like how the Capcom Legacy looks. I think that cabinet looks phenomenal. But I just love the form factor and the art style, and the fact that it has no riser and it's a little bit taller. I really like that when it comes to these deluxe cabinets. So is it really worth selling those and paying a little bit more to get the same thing, but in a more aesthetically pleasing style? I guess that's kind of what I'm asking. So, I'm going to kind of put it out to you guys. I'm still up in the air. I'm still 50-50. I don't really know what I'm going to do. But what do you guys think I should do? Should I upgrade? Should I just be happy with what I have? Because really, it is kind of the same thing. It just looks different. I really don't know what to do. So, you guys put in the comments, what do you think I should do? Should I upgrade or should I just be happy with what I have because it's pretty much the same thing? Obviously, I'm really 50-50, so I don't know what I'm going to do, but definitely want to kind of share my experience because I know there's a lot of people out there that are in the same boat as me and have done this upgrading thing, year after year after year after year. So, is it something where it is important to take a stand and say, you know what? Arcade One Up is going to do this every year. Should I just stop now and just be happy with what I have if I have the titles that I want? Or when you see something that's a little bit more down your alley and aesthetically pleasing, do you pull the trigger and pick that up? Even though, again, 4 times, it's a little crazy. I don't know. You guys let me know. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for listening. Again, this is me kind of talking out loud. So it's an interesting video because it's me just kind of literally going back and forth, kind of saying the same thing. But I just really wanted to get it out there and really wanted to hear what you guys think. So thanks again for watching the video, and let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next video.